Hi, this is Cheryl from Farmhouse, Frugally. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a furniture flip that I have been working on for quite some time. I want to welcome you if this is your first time. Please hit subscribe if you enjoy this video. I'd love it if you would share so others can join in. Today I am starting with this 1960s, very dirty dresser that I got from my dump. The guy at the dump knows me. He knows that I refinish furniture, and he told me that this and the matching bureau were going into the landfill within the next 20 minutes, so he kind of guilted me. But it is genuine mahogany, and it is just one of those things where I'm like, okay, somebody will need a dresser at some point somewhere. So I will take it home, leave it in my garage for several months so I can't get my car in the garage until I'm desperate to get it out. So I have started by giving it a really good clean. I actually bleached it with bleach and water first and then rinsed it because I just don't know where it's been. And it did seem to have a little bit of black specks on the bottom edge. So I just wanted to make sure that it was good and clean. And then I am going to sand. It sanded very easily. And it took I just was going to scuff sand initially because I knew I was going to paint it, but it sanded down to the wood so well, I decided to actually just take it down to the bare wood. That does make things a little bit easier when you are working with a piece. So my husband was kind enough to sand the bulk of the dresser itself and help me with repairing the top piece, and then I really just had to concentrate on the drawers. It had really nice dividers, as it used to in the 60s. Very, well-built dresser. Nothing to dislike about this dresser. And I had been really wanting to use the IOD paint inlays. So I had a vision for this immediately. I just didn't know if it was something that anybody would be interested in purchasing or needing for their home, because it is not going to be my style. It's not something I wanted to keep, nor do I need. But I thought it would be really good for me to really practice with these paint inlays. I had done a couple little ones, never anything to this scale, and I knew it was going to be a real trial and error, but I thought I would share with you the process and let you know my opinion of these inlays and how I differ in opinion with some other crafters in the way that they have a tendency to put them on. So you can try it for yourself, but I will give you my input. So, of course, I started with chalk paint. This is Rust-Oleum Linen White chalk paint. I really like this color. And this did take 2 coats, but the way that an inlay works, you paint it with the first coat and let the first coat dry, and then don't put the second coat on or the finished coat on until you are ready to actually lay the inlay in the paint. So that is what I'm doing now. I started this in probably August, sanding it and painting it, and it was probably September before I got the inlays on it, and it has now been finished and for sale for about a week or 2. No nibbles yet. It is it's just going to be that one person, that one person that really has this style in their home. So we'll see if it sells. I do absolutely love the IOD inlay. It looks like chinoiserie to me. It is called Delft Traditions, DELFT, and they have another one that I believe has Azure from last year in it. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting apart each of the ones that I'm going to want to use, and I actually purchased 2 books because I knew that I wasn't going to have exactly enough to do the pattern that I had in mind. And it is a good thing because I messed up one drawer and I needed them. So we did go ahead and cover. Some of these drawers had more than 2 holes in them for hardware, so we did have to bondo a couple of holes. And once that was dry and I'm ready to put the inlay in, I am using a foam roller and I am rolling on my second coat of the white chalk paint, and then while it is wet, I am laying the paint side down, grid side up, the way that I want it on this drawer. And if you have to piece them together, you want to make sure you do the entire drawer front at one time, because it's chalk paint and it reactivates with water. So if you spritz this later to get one off, you're not going to be able to get the other one on. So here I am on the top drawer, just putting a very simple small inlay in. So I put the paint side down into the paint, and then you spritz it with water. Now, take a little paper towel or a cloth or something to kind of get any of the excess off of that. And then you're going to leave that to completely dry. So I would say at least an hour before you come back. Now, this is the drawer that I messed up. I put the two pieces together with tape, thinking it would be easier to lay it down. And when I was putting the first half down, it separated. And so it messed up. And I wasn't sure how bad it was going to be. So it is worse than I wanted it to be. So I do end up actually sanding and painting and starting over with this drawer. And let me take a moment to let you know that today's furniture flip is in collaboration with Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling and OK at Home DIY. I will have their channels as well as a playlist in the description box, so check out what all the other creators have done with their pieces. Once your inlay is dry, then you go ahead and you respritz that and you peel that off slowly, and the paint that is on the inlay sticks to the item. Now, when I did this piece, I did what the other creators had said to do, and that was to spritz the paint side before you lay it down in the paint. And that is the piece that I completely disagree with after having done this entire dresser. For me, I would say the paint itself is wet enough. The paint strips, if you do wet them, can drip and can smudge and smear, and so I found I was better off not to spritz the piece before laying it in the paint, but to simply lay it in dry, then spritz it. The back side of it, that activates the paints together, let it dry, and then here you spritz it after it's been completely dry for an hour and peel off the back so that you can reveal the beautiful part. You will notice it will never be perfect. It is not supposed to be perfect, and it will sometimes leave a little panty line. So I just kind of wiped back the edge, anything that was obvious, but you could sand it later. You could also touch up paint later, so you can work with that. And you can keep these. They can be used to sometimes 3 times, depending on how light you want your project. So I'm saving each of these pieces to use for another project. Just placed that top drawer right into the dresser and started taking apart that second drawer. But this is the one that really, it looks terrible. So I was not at all happy with how much of that paint smudged due to being wet, and for us not really doing our best getting it lined up. So I determined I would put it in, I would leave it there, I would work on the other drawers. This one came out absolutely gorgeous. And so this was, I think, the 3rd or the 4th drawer here. And I absolutely love this pattern. And I just absolutely love how this peeled back and looked almost perfect. And I'm going to distress this anyway, so that is just beautiful. So it's very satisfying to do this and have it come out the way that you are hoping. So that is that. And then I won't show you every single drawer and everything. But what I then did was, as I was putting the drawers back, there was a small 1 inch, 1.5 inch part of white paint in between the drawers, and I decided to take some of those thinner strips and to put them here and there in between. Once I have that all complete, I decide to go back and redo the drawer that I was very unhappy with, and that's a good reason to buy 2 packages if you're going to do a big project. It is an expense, but there's a lot of inlays. You can do so many. I mean, even 2 or 3 big projects and then a whole lot of little projects. And this is what it looks like once I have everything complete. Again, not perfect. There are always going to be imperfections in the paint inlay, in the way that, it didn't lay exactly perfect in the paint, in maybe a little smudge here or there, but that is the whole idea. So then I am going to distress, because I love distress, and I also think that this is just kind of something I'm hoping looks like it's 100 years old. And so I am primarily going to hit the edges and places that would naturally get bumped. But I do go over a couple of pieces of the paint inlay itself. And then once I have that done, I am going to clear wax this entire piece to give this a finish. You could spray poly on it, but I also wanted to add a dark wax. So I opted to first clear wax the entire dresser, and that's going to take a little bit of time, and you do want to make sure that your inlay is good and dry. So I would say 24 to 48 hours at a minimum before you add any wax. You don't want to smudge that. And so once that is clear waxed, then I am going to go ahead and then I'm going to primarily hit the edges that I sanded and distressed more with the wax, the dark antiquing wax, but I'm going to do it while the clear wax is still on there and, pliable, so that it will blend in good and not be too dark on the edges. Now, I happen to have this Waverly dark antiquing wax, but any dark wax I'm sure would work fine here. And rub that back with my cloth, and then I finish the entire piece. Now, then I am going to concentrate on hardware, and you can go crazy with hardware. You can pay anywhere from $2 to $20 a piece. I mean, they can get really pricey. And given that I have already dropped $100 on 2 IOD packets, I opted to cheap out a little bit on this silver hardware. I knew I wanted silver because for me, silver definitely goes better with this white and blue chinoiserie feel, that Delft pattern. And so I just went to Home Depot and just picked up some of the inexpensive basic hardware. But somebody could certainly put a little extra into this if they really wanted to and update the hardware on this. And so that is it for this beautiful dresser, and I'm glad that I was able to keep it from the landfill. I hope that somebody will appreciate it, and I would love to know what you think about the finished product. And if this is something that you would like to try, these IOD transfers, the paint inlays rather, and let me know if you have already, if you had found some tips and tricks, if you found it to be different than I had explained. I would love to know what you think of that. So thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure that you have hit subscribe. I 100 other videos if you want to check out anything else in that. And once again, here is the before and the after of this very vintage, very dirty 1960s, I would guess, mahogany dresser. So your feedback is appreciated. I am so glad you have stopped by. I appreciate all of your comments and all of your support over these last couple of years, helping my channel to grow. I just love doing this, and I do it because I love to craft, not for any other reason, but I'm glad that you're along for the journey. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.